once you learn this, you can instantly put a song together and you have 7 chords to actually choose from. This is how songwriters write songs. This is how they're able to write countless songs. Hey, what's up? How are you? I just briefly want to speak about these chords within any major key, to be quite honest with you, but we're using the key of C major to actually just gain a foundation, a fundamental understanding of what these chords are. Let me just interrupt real fast. Quick note, I am totally aware that the 2, meaning the D minor, I'm referring to it as D minor, is actually a D minor 7, the chart that I actually show. And the A minor is actually a A minor 7. I'm so aware of that. The E minor is actually an E minor. I didn't want to change it. I'm doing a ton of editing for clients and I just want to make a note of it. All right. So please be aware of that. At the same time, the D minor 7 is a little more comfortable to playing this chord progression. The A minor 7 is also a little bit more, it's just a little more easier to play. So I typically play that. So that's just to let you know. All right, carry on. I'm going to list these chords, which is C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B, half diminished, then back to C. Now I substitute a B half diminished with a G major over B. And that has a more majory sound, you know, a more, just a more straightforward sound. Different types of chords may sound a little more jazzy, but if I wanted to sound more open, that's the chord that I play in the B position, which is the 7 back to C. So again, C major, that's the 1. 2 is D minor. 3 is E minor. 4 is F major. 5 is G major. 6 is A minor. 7 is a B half diminished or a G major over B. That can serve as your 7 as well, and that's back to 1, which is the C major. Check out this quick explanation. Thanks for coming through. Okay, so now we want to experiment with mixing these chords up, okay? This is where songwriting comes in, and you can, just play around with it basically. Now, it's okay to know 2 chords, but I'm a firm believer after those 2 chords, you got to expand your vocabulary. You got to learn other stuff, because then this is where you get bored. And then there are a lot of guitar learners and they say, I've hit a brick wall and I don't know it. This is how you break down the wall. All right. So after you know your chords, which are these, I'm going to play them again. I'm going to play them a little more correctly. After you know these chords and you've locked them in, it'll take a few days to really lock them in and, for you to memorize them. Do them one at a time, okay? It's very important to learn how to change in between chords, okay? So learning how to go from C to D minor. And just practice it over and over. The more you do this, the better at it you will become. All right, then go from D minor to E minor. And just practice like a minute at a time, just going in between each chord, okay? And just changing between each chord. Then go from E to F, E minor to F major. And going from F major to G. Going from G to A. Going from A minor to B. And then back to C. So now once you do that, now you can mix it up. Okay, so let's say we want to do, and I'm going to call the numbers out. Let's say you want to do a 2, 5, 4 chord progression. So here's 2. Here's 5. Here's 4. So you can strum at it. The important thing is that you know how to actually find the chords, okay? And that you know what numbers actually correspond to each chord. And of course, you could always resolve it, okay, back to the C, or you could resolve it somewhere, some other kind of way. Just be creative. There are no rules with this. Let's say you want to do a 4, 5, 6 chord progression. It sounds like this. All right. Let's say you want to do a 5, 7, 1, 2 chord progression. All right. 5, 7, 1, 2. So 5, 7, 1, 2. So once you learn this, you can instantly put a song together, and you have 7 chords to actually choose from. All right. So this is how songwriters write songs. This is how they're able to write countless songs. And guess what? Once you learn how to do it in C, you can do it in any key. So I can put this capo on my 3rd fret, and now you're not playing C anymore, but you're playing the same shapes from that capo, okay? And you can do the same thing. That's 2, 5. Here's the 1. Here's the 1 again. 6, 3, 2, back to 1. All right. When you're aware of this terminology and you get with other musicians who call out numbers, well, you all pretty much know what one another is saying, and you know exactly where to go without even calling notes. And a lot of times it's a great foundation to operate within, so that you're not spending a lot of time on the music. And once you lock it in, then maybe you can talk about melody. And the melody typically stays within that major key, unless you're starting to incorporate some dominant 7th chords, or you're incorporating different types of like chord structures within the chord progression. In addition to this, you can also experiment with different arrangements of each chord, and you can pick 2 chords, 3 chords, 4 chords to actually loop for song creation, for writing songs, to add lyrics to the chord progressions. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few examples in this tutorial, and it's actually my way of going back to the basics, which I actually do on this channel. I go back to the basics. This is a great way to measure or to critique yourself, is to record yourself. I don't care if you use a voice recorder on your phone, or if you're using GarageBand, or any of those things. All of those things work. All right. There is no excuse for not progressing on guitar. Now, everyone has different goals. Some people simply want to be creative. Other people want to actually be profitable. Now, I happen to be a guitar player who's actually profiting from this skill. And whether you want to be creative or profitable, I can help you with either one of those things. So have fun, play with this, okay? Don't be afraid to experiment with the different orders of the chords. Like try a 2, 4, 5, or try a 6, 5, 1, or chord progression, okay? And just see how it sounds. And you can actually hear the melody within, like with what you're playing. The main melody notes are in the chords, so you don't have to make it up. All right, you actually have a foundation to operate from. So this is very useful. So don't take this for granted. All right, I hope that this was helpful, and play some guitar. I love you. Subscribe if you would like. Share if you would like. Like if you would like. I hope you do all 3. It don't cost you nothing. All right. Peace.